gonna stop you? Nothing. Good morning, everybody. So this morning I have something really heavy on my heart, and actually it came to me yesterday. I was really excited to share this with you guys. I was just telling my fiance of the conviction that I had to share with you all. It's gonna be really helpful for you guys. I just wanted to clarify a few things before I get started. First off, when I refer to the devil, I'm referring to the spiritual realm. I'm not saying nothing more than that, okay? The devil could be anything that is tugging at your spirit, pulling your spirit down. I don't eat donuts every day, so I don't advise this. Just woke up. I cannot get it out of my head to share this with you guys, so I need to get this off my chest before I start my day. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull a card. These are cards that I made myself, and I recommend doing this because I don't always share the daily card. But as you can see, they all have something written on them, whether it's a quote, whether it's a verse, whether it's just a thought that I had. They're just random writings. So I like to pick one every day. I shuffle a little bit and kind of see what God has for me. So in order to open up to God, I have another video about that. It was in my Valentine's makeup video, my story time testimony. If you all want to hear more about it again, you can just comment and I will do a more precise video on that for you guys. I'll just shuffle these a little bit, and I do this, you know, when I get someone else to pick them. So I'm gonna do this for myself too. And as you can see, I'm just gonna pick a random one. It says, and Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. So what I get from that is that Jesus was righteousness, okay? When we are righteous people, when we do good by people, when we have good intentions, when we are setting our intentions pure, when we are following righteousness wholeheartedly, and we are not out to do no bad to nobody, that is going to give us that satisfaction, that deep fulfillment that we seek in life, and that's what I get from that. So that's just what I wanted to start off with. And now I'm going to be exposing one of the devil's favorite tactics, one of his favorite weapons. So for me, the conviction that I had yesterday was distraction. Okay, as soon as you start doing good, I don't know if you all have ever noticed, to me, I explain this as the spiritual realm. As soon as you're doing good, something comes along to distract you. Something comes along that you can focus on elsewhere. And that's probably because the world is so full of these things. So let's say that I'm in my relationship, right? And I have had really bad relationships in the past. I've been cheated on. I have dealt with a lot of things that I don't feel like I should have dealt with. Okay, yada yada, blase blase, blah blah blah. Next, I'm in a relationship now. I don't have, and this is just an example, and I don't have any proof that my man has ever done anything like that to me, and he has never shown me anything bad in 5 years, okay? So, all cool, everything, right? Well, next thing you know, I start overthinking. I start crying. I'm like, wow, what if my man is cheating on me? Oh my gosh. What am I gonna do? I need to get something. I need to control something. I need to get a hold of something. I need to have some type of control to make sure that's not happening. Okay, does that make sense? Is that clear? All right, so let's say I find out he has been cheating on me, okay? Let's say I find that out. Okay, then what? Then I'm still stuck at square one with the work, okay? In life, we're here to make a living. We're here to make some type of fruit out of our life. We're here to do some kind of testimony to achieve something with our lives, right? So once you find that out, yes, it may have been very hurtful. Yes, it may have been very emotional to you. But once you find that out, what good is that going to do you? And that's where I'm saying the devil's coming in with that big tool that he loves to use, with that big weapon he loves to use. That thing might look big and scary, but it's hollow. It's real hollow. Let me see if I can find an example for you guys. So this is my son's hat, right? Let's say you're terrified of frogs. And it comes at you. Da-da! Your enemy over here trying to distract you. This is what we're doing today, exposing the enemy. We're showing all the enemy's tactics, and we're going to call them out, and we're going to tie their hands, basically, and we're going to defeat them. This is the enemy. You're terrified of frogs. Ah! 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 Okay, so it's a frog. Oh my gosh. The whole time, this was just created to scare you. It's hollow. There's nothing in here. Just created to scare you. So that's kind of how it is when things appear to be important. Things appear to be significant. But what you know in your spirit, what your soul knows, what you know that you're here to accomplish on earth, that is what's more important. So you might have something that's coming at you that appears to be so important. Oh my gosh, there's so many girls in my inbox. I could have all the bleeps. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, I could be that man. Da, 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 da. I could appear like that to other people. Okay, so you're appearing like that to other people. This has happened with a lot of famous people, with a lot of actors, with a lot of athletes. Like, this has happened with a lot of people where they're appearing so great to everybody, but at the end of the day, they feel hollow. So I'm here today to tell you guys, those distractions are nothing compared to what, and excuse me if I'm getting loud, y'all, because it just really was a strong conviction for me. And I even have a whole page of notes here that I'm not even looking off of, and that's how you know that this was so heavy on my heart. So I'm here to tell you guys today, anyways, that those distractions are nothing compared to the work that you could put into the life that you could build. So next time that you see a petty little distraction, remember what the bigger picture is. Remember what the bigger goal is. Remember what you are really here to do. So another point that I wanted to make in this video, obviously to have faith, to keep pushing forward, because there's nothing else that you're living for. That is, life is all about perfecting your craft. This is one time something that I thought of. Life is all about perfecting your craft. And I am going to be writing some books soon, y'all, because I be having a lot of these ideas, and I really think that it means that I'm supposed to write. Because even now, I'm not sharing everything that's on this page, so obviously a book would be much better. You could just read all of it. But I'm going to continue anyways, because I still feel like this message could be valuable and, you know, fast for you guys. So be honest with yourself. This is one thing. Be honest with yourself. When you know that you're doing something out of spite, when you know that you're doing something because you're trying to make someone mad, when you're trying to get back at someone, be honest with yourself, okay? Like the card that we drew about righteousness. You know, Jesus is our fulfillment. And Jesus, recognizing that Jesus is a symbol of something, okay? Recognizing that Jesus is just Jesus is just representing a peaceful, righteous person, okay? So be honest with yourself, okay? Be honest with yourself. That's how you're going to grow, okay? Every time that you see something in yourself that you know is ugly, take it out, okay? Be honest with yourself. That's the only way you're going to grow. Yes, you might lose your pride, but your pride is nothing compared to the bigger craft, you know, your craft of your life. So the pride, once again, that's an image. And then The other point that I wanted to make was make up your minds, get off the fence, be positive or negative. Obviously, I don't want you to be negative. I want you to be positive. But be intentional and follow wholeheartedly. So the reason I say that get off the fence is because the fence to me represents stagnancy. So when you're on the fence, that is when you are just kind of, you're just contemplating about life. When really, if you look inward and you look at yourself and if you take that chance to just be a righteous person, if you take that chance to just be a good person, you will see so much more progress. So yeah, I could have sat here all morning, going back to the ideal scenario, I could have sat here all morning and I could have contemplated all morning, is he cheating on me? Is he cheating on me? But let's look at reality, okay? And it might hurt some of you, but hurt can turn to growth. So pain can turn to growth, and that's what we should always do with it, like I was just telling you. All right, you guys, so let's be honest with ourselves. If you were on a dating app, if you were advertising their real selves, because obviously this scenario I'm about to say would never happen, most likely in 99.9%. So let's say you're on a dating app and someone writes on there, I spend my days contemplating if you're cheating on me or not because I want you to treat me the best. How much sense does that make? How much effort do you want to put into someone that just spends their days contemplating, just sitting there contemplating? This, I think, is the law of attraction, or at least to me, this kind of relates to, this is how you attract things, whether you're going to attract good or bad things. Confidence, that's definitely a key for attraction. Another thing, so the other scenario. Let's say, so that would be more of a fearful, anxious person. Anxiety, I did another video on that, and I highly recommend that if you deal with anxiety to go watch that video, because I dealt with anxiety hard, especially when I was in postpartum. I was having really bad depression and I was dealing with anxiety so bad. So I really highly recommend for you guys to go look at that, and I hope that I can help you through my experience. But anyways, let's say the other person, they say, I spend my days working hard towards my better life, perfecting my craft. I love being a righteous person. I love being a good person. I love helping people. I love doing good for people. And I have faith that it will return to me. I have faith that people will see the good in me and that they will respect that. They will give me something in return. Or even people don't give me something in return. I thoroughly enjoy being a righteous person. Which person are you gonna pick? Okay, so when you're wondering, why am I single? Why can't I get a girlfriend? Why can't I get a boyfriend? Why don't I have friends? It's because you're sitting there thinking about that. And I'm going to label this video the cold, raw truth. Okay, we're exposing the enemy today. And like I said, the devil is not a person. The devil is a bad spirit. If I were to say someone has the devil in them, I would be saying that, they're acting like the devil, they're acting like the enemy. I wouldn't be having any personal problem with that person. I would be saying that they're having some type of spiritual warfare. They're dealing with something that it's going to take insight to see. It's not going to be something that you can fix by going to buy a Big Mac. Okay, it's something, or a chain. It's something that you have to look inside yourself to see. So just because someone is, all right, so let's say you have two people, right? You have a person that, I'm kind of going off topic here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say this since I already started. You have two people, for example, one that has a chain, okay? I have necklaces, I have jewelry, as you can tell, but so let's say you have one person that has that. but they're very humble, they're very honest, everything. So yes, it's okay to have these things if you know how to be humble still. Don't get these things if it's going to drive you off the wall and make you feel like a whole different person, okay? You want to remain the same person with or without those things. So it's nothing wrong with having these things, but what is wrong is when you allow these things to control your life, when you allow these things to make you someone that you weren't before these things, when you allow these things to kind of possess you instead of you possessing the things. So another point that I want to make is, I'll probably do about like 3 more points because I don't want this video to be too long. I want it to be kind of concise and just to the point and kind of just get that message to you guys. Another thing, this just stuck right out to me. You will eat your words. You will eat your words. A lot of people, they see this as a joke. They see it as a trend. Because a lot of times you'll see on Facebook, declare it. Okay, and just sharing that status. This is why sometimes social media can be very deceiving. You have to have a strong mind, not a fragile mind if you're going to be on it. But it says declare it. So the lazy thing to do, you could just share it. Right? But, you know, to really declare it, to really set it as your intentions, you know, that's a whole different thing. So you will eat your words is really kind of a way of saying your thoughts as well, because the fruit, you know, your words are kind of your fruit. The fruit that you're producing in life is going to be the fruit that you eat, okay? If you spend all day, I'm coming for some of you guys. If you spend all day, even for myself, because I've been there before. No, if I wasn't there before, I wouldn't be able to talk about this. If you spend all day saying negative things, if you spend all day, and negative is not when you feel like something is offensive to you. Negative is when something is not pushing you in a better direction. You could have tough love. To some people, they might say it's negative, including myself in the past. You might say that's negative. But if something can push you in a better direction, that's not negative. If something is just having you remain stagnant, if you're just there talking about pointless drama, that's negative, okay? And it's negative if it's even stagnant. Because if you're not going up and you're just staying there, okay, I'm sorry, but that's negative. Because the whole time the up keeps moving up, you're getting farther and farther from the point just because up keeps moving up. Anyways, you know, so you will eat your words. Be careful what you talk about. Be careful what you think about. You know, set your mind on better things. Be careful how you talk to people. Be careful what kind of things you feed to your friends. Okay? Because when you talk to your friends, okay, you could talk to them about business ideas. You could talk to them about going, you know, a good sermon that you heard. You could talk to them about this video. You could talk to them about a lot of things, okay? But if you choose to talk about, you know, gossip or whatever, I'm not saying that I've never done this. But if you choose to talk about those things, you're not doing anything for your friend. Are you really being a good friend? No, you're not. So, you know, these things are really going to have an effect on your life. What you put out, you're going to receive back in is basically what I'm trying to say. You know, put out good energy if you want to receive good energy. And you will see, you know, it's going to take faith because you're going to have to put out that energy first. And you might have to even wait a little bit. But it's going to be worth the wait. And if you are patient enough to wait, then you will see the blessing. You will see the light. Alright, so another thing that I want to share with you guys. This one kind of goes on top of what I just said. But I'm going to make it the second point out of the 3. So additions to the universe are honored. Subtractions are the scum. So this goes with another point that I had, but I'm going to put these two together. It's not about who you are, it's about what team you're on. So there's the positive team. There's the team that's going up. There's the team that is constantly progressing. There's the team that's perfecting their craft. And I'm not saying that that team never has slipped up. not the team, but the individuals, because as a team, you know, that team is the team regardless, okay? Let's say there's a sports team called the Grizzly Bears. Just because one slips up and becomes he gets hurt and he cries, that don't mean that the team is no longer the Grizzly Bears. The Grizzly Bears are still the Grizzly Bears, and that's what holds it together. That's the glue. But sometimes people do slip up, so don't be hard on people, but do give, constructive criticism, tough love. So what I mean by this, additions to the universe are honored. Okay, people on the team, the progressive team, the team of, I want to say maybe activists, that's what I wrote down. I don't know how much that makes sense. Don't come for me if it doesn't, please. Or you can explain to me in the comments if you would like. But yeah, so additions to the universe are honored. So these people on this progressive team, they're honored. They're looked up to. They're inspired. They're inspiring people. So you want to be on that team. You want to be honored. As a human, we want to feel community, okay? We want to feel that church, as they will say in the Bible. We want to feel that other people, we're benefiting other people are benefiting us. What is better than that? And then, you can't get mad at someone if they're not Mrs. Impossible, Mr. Impossible. So you can't get mad at someone if they can't reply to 1 million DMs. Okay, you can get mad at someone if they're on the internet trashing or cyberbullying people. Okay, something like that. But you can't get mad at someone if they're not being Mrs. Impossible. Just throwing that out there. Another thing is, subtractions are the scum. So on the other hand, subtractions are the scum. The people that are being so miserly, the people that are always grouchy, the people that are always grumpy, ew, okay? We have to stop being like that, and we, including myself. I don't like that. It's not good for anybody. You're not doing good for yourself. You're not doing good for no one else just by contemplating. Like I was saying, contemplating. No one is going to pick you on the dating app or the friendship app. Okay? No one wants that really in their life unless they're on the same boat as you. The only time you're going to really have friends, if you're that type of person, they're not going to really be your friends. Because, like I was saying, they're not going to be adding something to the conversation. They're not going to be adding something to the discussion. And, are you really being a true friend? So the only time that you're going to have company, that company is going to be just as bad as you. Or they may be your associate trying to give you better advice, or maybe someone that is inspiring you may, be your company. But to really truly have friends in this company, in this community, church, everything that we're longing for as humans, the social interactions that I see so much about, I want friends, I want this, I want that. Well, you can make that happen, baby. You don't have to contemplate. You don't have to sit there and feel depressed that you don't have that, okay? Sorry, my alarm just went off. But you can make that happen. So that's another thing. I have my alarm set for 9 a.m. I make sure that I'm up, by 9 a.m. every day. I usually wake up at like 7. If my fiance has to work at 7, some days he goes at 9. So some days I may wake up at like 10, but mostly 7. Another way to just ensure productivity. I want to make sure that we're being additions, not subtractions. You want to be honored. You don't want to be the scum. You don't want to be a dirtbag. I'm telling you guys this out of love. I'm not telling you because I'm mean. I'm not telling you these things because I want to tear you down. I'm telling you these things because I want to build you up. It all starts with you, in your head, in your mindset, in your heart. Set your intentions. Go after what you want to go after. And don't look back. Because this is what this video is all about. Distractions. That's the devil's favorite weapon. Okay? That's that bad spirit. That's what they love to do. They love to distract you. If you don't let nothing distract you, if you just keep pushing, you don't look to the side, nothing, and you stay focused, what is going to stop you? Nothing. This is how you can be unstoppable. Alright, so I'm just going to share one last point with you guys. If you want me to cover anything else, then you can comment and leave that for me. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you want to see more videos like this. If not, then that's fine. I also do makeup and everything, so it's just kind of a lifestyle channel. So I'm leaving it out to you. Alright, but the last point that I'm going to share with you guys, be positive, productive, and progressive. So I'm really glad that I wrote these notes, because this has helped me a lot during this video, because these thoughts just kind of spew out of my head at times, and then other times they just leave. So be positive, be productive, and be progressive. So I'm going to leave you guys on a good note, and I just want to tell you the whole point of this video is to be positive, productive, and progressive. It may have included some tough-love, but some of us need that to keep us pushing. I once read something in the Bible that said, you had milk already, but you needed meat. So I have been spoiled so much, and I have been babied so much, but at a certain point, I needed to grow up. So I needed that meat to kind of, you know, set my stone and to kind of balance me out and to kind of help me to see that, yes, it's okay to have friends. Yes, it's good to have progress in life, but you need to balance the two, because you want to be a workaholic, and you, well, it's not bad to be a workaholic, but when you stuff like, so when you're sacrificing everything in your life for work, that's not good. And you do want to have friends, but you don't want to spend your whole days partying. So I had to find that balance in between. And you know, this, when you find that balance, and when you see what, like I was saying, to be a righteous person, to be a good person, and I just gave you the blueprint today. I just kind of told you guys about, you know, how to be positive, productive, progressive. You know, make your mind up. See the kind of person you want to be. Don't lie to yourself. Be very honest with yourself. Don't, even if you need to. Sometimes I delete my social media for a couple days at a time. Even if you need to just take that time to yourself, and you just kind of need to reflect, you know, reflect on yourself. See the kind of person you are. See the kind of person you want to be. See the kind of friends you want to surround yourself with. Because even if you are being that scum, that subtraction to the universe, you may have friends, very well, or what you call friends. But those people around you, let's be honest, they're not adding anything to your life. They're there to subtract with you, okay? That is not something that, you know, that is not something ideally and honestly, and I'm sorry to inform you guys, but that is not a true friendship. Friendship cannot be built off of that. And I'm just here to let you guys know that, and I'm here to let you guys know that it is possible. So I'm just gonna leave you with that, kind of the blueprint, the cold raw truth, and exposing the enemy today. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Dancing with God, and I hope you enjoyed this little podcast, I guess, this morning. And let me know if you like videos like this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed week, and be positive, productive, and progressive. Bye.